after 5 long years, we finally have a release date for Bayonetta 3. So his first... Oh, you're kidding me.
Wow.
Wow. It's
put a
got
lot of
really
weight.
it's really family friendly now, isn't it?
That is really weird. I don't know what's
Kirby
going on.
Yeah.
footage is playing, unfortunately.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on. This is
so
this is like never happened before. This is
I mean,
Bayonetta 3.
I'd still bang.
Hey, Bayonetta 3 was first announced at the 2017 Game Awards. And pretty much went silent after that for ages until like September in 2021. So it was like good 3 years or no, 4 years where they didn't say anything about it.
yeah, no, it's crazy.
Let me just adjust my. People can look at my
I'm
cleavage.
gonna now. I'm diagnosing this shit because I'm fucking OCD, right? I think you've put in the wrong clips, Swinny.
Oh, just black clips.
Anyway, we'll talk about
Whatever.
it after
I'll
the
keep
show.
people entertained with my cleavage instead.
I thought I'd like fixed it, but then I think it's because there's a duplication in the YouTube thing. But anyway, yeah, getting back to Bayonetta, because I actually am really excited about this game. Where did we get up to? Have you said the release date?
No, not yet.
Okay, cool. So yes, like this year, the rest of this year is going to be quite jam packed for Nintendo. Some major releases now, and it will be dripping. That's a Freudian slip. It'll be dropping on the 28th of October this year, exclusively for the Switch. There's a special edition, Trinity Masquerade Edition. I think it's been sold out from what I remember in Australia. I'm not sure about the overseas places. And the first game will come back again and be released as a limited standalone physical edition. I have Bayonetta 2. I've got the edition of Bayonetta 2, which came with a digital code for 1.
That's right. With the
Right?
digital one. Yeah.
So it kind of like, I can understand the super OCD among us, which I'm kind of OCD, that you can now get Bayonetta 1. If you've already bought Bayonetta 2, which a lot of people would have, who are Bayonetta fans, now they can buy Bayonetta 1, which is like, it's got it on the cart, the game on the cart.
Brilliant.
Does that strike you as odd, Swinny?
It's a bit of a weird thing to announce at the same time. I don't know. Like the fact that they already had the 2 games released in that pack, sure,
But not the
one's
digital one.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's still a game.
No, but
I
you know
don't
what the
know
problem with it is? If you go to sell it or buy it in the secondary market, you can't get Bayonetta, right? Like, you have to go buy the digital version yourself separately. So I do get it. I'm a very physical collector, though.
That game has been re-released, multiple times now. It's just an odd thing. It's not bad. Like, it's good to have options.
I think it's cool for people, but I get
it's
it. Like,
cool.
what's the cost in actually putting those things physically and distributing those things? And is it worth it for a game like that already came out? It's an old game, but clearly it must be if they were going to do it. They must have done the numbers.
Should say to people as well that Bayonetta, because it wasn't a Nintendo exclusive, like you can get that on other platforms for a lot cheaper, and it'll run a lot better if you prefer to play it on different platforms. But hopefully, this has been an ordeal with the B-roll this show. For those watching,
Do I need to go back to my?
here we go. I really want to talk about this feature because it was originally announced only on the Japanese Twitter, and it's quite funny, I think. But I've got faith it's going to work, so I'm pressing this right now.
Yay!
Yay! So they have introduced
Hey, it looks just like me.
the naive angel mode. So it was announced that there's an optional mode that you can switch on. Now Bayonetta has it's an M-rated game. It's a more mature game. There's a lot of sexualized content. It's not like full on crazy, but it's there. And I don't think from what I've played of Bayonetta or I've seen of Bayonetta, it's like as bad as other Japanese games. But it's there. It's there.
So which version's the original? Sorry.
Well, the original is more like it's more the one on the left. For
The one on the left is the
yeah.
original. So the right is, let's call it censored. If
Why
you're
are you asking that bloody question? It's not
because
obvious.
I don't know. Well, is it
Naive Angel
obvious?
mode. It's saying it's an optional thing that you can make the game less sexy and less revealing clothes and stuff.
Okay, pardon my ignorance. I just don't remember.
Okay.
And it was sort of like quoted. The quote is
There's a game I need to buy now.
from the team. The quote is, by setting this mode on, you may be able to play in the living room without creating an awkward atmosphere.
Yeah, really.
And
That
great.
is, I mean, it's, I guess, less awkward, but either one, if my girlfriend saw me playing this, eyebrows would be raised.
It's pretty weeby,
But the thing is, like, this has always been the personality of
Correct.
Bayonetta
Yeah.
games. Is this just really gratuitous, but like wearing it on its sleeve proudly.
Gratuitous?
like,
I don't know.
no,
Yeah, go on. Yeah, go on.
What do you mean?
What do you call that?
Dude. Anyway, the
I
point
don't
is that
think it's that
always
gratuitous.
look, dude. There's bloody camera angles in these games that are very gratuitous. I think it's like the definition of gratuitous. But my point is that it's a game that always wore that proudly.
Yeah.
I think this is actually absolutely fantastic thing that they put as an optional thing, just so that if you, for instance, not that it's probably a game that kids should be watching, but it's also just something where if you want to, it's there, you can turn it on. It's obviously also good for Nintendo and their marketing and everything.
Yeah.
They're the ones helping to fund and get this game out. I think it's a nice addition, and I think
Right.
the way they announced it was really funny. So
Yeah.
And I think, I mean, if kids avoid this kind of material at a young age, 30 years down the track, they don't end up on shitty podcasts. And I think, worth mentioning, you want to put them on the right track in life.
And like there was a huge amount of announcements in this trailer. It's also there's going to be another playable character in the game. It just looks like a lot's going on in this game, and it looks unreal. It looks really good. Like I keep hearing about how shit the Switch looks and everything like that, and I'm definitely not saying it's up to PS5 standards. Obviously not, but it still consistently gets these games coming out like Monster Hunter Rise and now this, and even like Splatoon 3, where I look at it, I'm like, this fucking looks awesome. Like the
Yeah.
art style's awesome, the way it plays, the
Pokemon.
way it all fits together. It's really, really cool, right? And it just shows like how much art direction is a part of what is actually good about games, not just the raw
Absolutely.
performance. So,
But they are optimized really well as well. I mean,
yeah, with an inch of its
all
life.
jokes aside, if you look at Pokemon, which we did cover, and you look at something like Monster Hunter Rise that runs at a solid 30, looks really, really good for the platform. There's obviously a hell of a lot of optimization going on in that game that you don't get in other games. So it'd
Yeah.
be something like this as well.
I seriously think Monster Hunter Rise is like maybe the best looking game on the platform. It's like top 10 at least. But yeah, look, I'll be playing this game day one. I'm really looking forward to it. And I don't think I'm going to play Bayonetta 1 and 2 beforehand. So I played a bit of
Do you need
Bayonetta
to?
1. Well, there is a continuous story,
Okay.
but I don't know. I'm just like, I feel like, especially this year with Horizon, God of War, Bayonetta, I'm just kind of a bit like, I've got to play these games.
Too
And
much good stuff.
and you know what? I'm just like, fuck it. I'm just going to play the sequels, which I never do. I never do that, but I'm just going to do it. I'm going to say, fuck it. I'm going to do it. Because I know that they always make these games so you can do that. And it's not a big issue. And I'm just going to do it. I'm going to say, fuck it. Right? So there you go.
right on, power
Right
to you.
on. More
Power
power
to
to
you, man.
me.
Yeah,
All
let's
right.
do it.